To that point though, I think
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I feel like, but that's what people need. People need great role models. You know what I'm saying? Like people need that, man. Like people need people like you. Like you can show them it's cool to be who you are. And unapologetically, like that's what it is. Like,
I agree.
And I think like that's how we're gonna start the show. This is Running Point, episode 21 and all that. I'm Serge. Oh. Actually, no, I'm DJ.
Wow.
That's Serge.
Wow.
That's Ronnie.
Wow. My nigga, we have to restart.
No, we're not restarting anything at all. We're gonna keep it authentic.
For sure.
What I'm saying is like the reason why we've been on like a hiatus, not even a hiatus, a pause, because we're not stopping, right? We just want to kind of shout out Steve for recently getting a promotion and all that. You know, he traveled from he's been traveling, searching for a new crib and shit like that. He's kind of finally steady. He got a big promotion. I mean, it's been 6-7 years, skyrocketing. He's doing everything, bro. So it's like, he's a person to kind of follow. If you're lost in this world, this is why you check out Running Point for niggas like Steve and all that. So, but this is Running Point and all that. We're going to start off with Steve's favorite team in the NBA. Y'all favorite team in the NBA. The Lakers. You know what I mean?
I think it's
niggas is sorry. Niggas is sorry. What do y'all need to change? We're going to get right to it.
What's our
That's
record?
the league's favorite team.
What do niggas need to change? We're going to get right to it.
That is the world's favorite team.
That's the
What do
league's-
niggas? Y'all sorry, just like the
Word.
Dallas Cowboys. But continue.
It's a fact, though.
Yeah, but we won.
Yeah, what do y'all
but
talking
we
about?
win. We win, though.
We need a trade.
As a matter of fact, we have so for the audience that doesn't know, we have a whiteboard that we can actually see. We're supposed to recap a lot of shit. I'm just getting right to it. I'm just putting it to bed. We get right to this shit. So again, these Lakers and these sorry ass Lakers, y'all top 5 in the West. Y'all really struggling. Y'all need some help.
Well, we
I
top
mean,
5
we
right
moved-
now?
we-
Y'all need
yeah,
help.
We top 5, but we
We
struggling.
beat
Yeah,
the Kings
yeah.
tonight.
Y'all struggling, dog.
I think we play the Kings 2 more times in the next week, right?
It don't matter. Y'all struggling, dog.
Did we just beat them the last 2 times?
We beat them tonight. Yeah. We beat
And
them the last 2 times.
Are you
yeah.
being sarcastic with that? Like the rubbing it on the chin and all that?
Are we
Like,
undefeated?
What you
Oh,
being
I'm just
sarcastic
Kings
about
and
No,
our
I'm just saying.
wins?
I'm just saying. Like y'all need help, dog.
I'm never
What
sarcastic.
you
Y'all
mean
need
we
help.
We need help.
Y'all need help, bro.
I think-
Y'all sorry. Y'all
We do
bitches
need a
sorry.
trade. For championship status, we need a trade.
Like who? Zach LaVine has that ship sailed?
We need somebody who independently has their own motor.
Yeah.
I was
Who
thinking
comes and
about
performs
like
every night.
like a CJ McCollum, like
Nah.
somebody that
Yo.
could handle the
Look,
ball. and
they argued amongst themselves.
It's not even.
Yeah.
It's not.
Continue.
It's
But
good
what are you
dialogue.
thinking about?
Yo,
What are you
Bi,
thinking?
what y'all think about Bi?
I'm thinking that we need
Bring
we need
B.I.
somebody.
back home.
He doesn't have the right motor. His game, his being able to be a third scorer or a number 1 scorer
Yeah.
for that matter, his game is right. But with AD and LeBron's too old. AD is just not. He just doesn't have that motor to be a number 1 guy every night. We need somebody who, on both ends of the floor, are gonna come in every night and do their thing. That's what we need.
Both ends of the floor.
Yes.
Both ends of the floor.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
We do.
Desperately.
Whether he's a number 1 or number 2, number 3, number 4, we need
but
him part of our starting
all
5.
that. Who are you describing?
I don't know.
All this
specifically
description,
who's
my nigga. I
starting.
need to see who is this person that you're developing.
You'll
Who is
see-
this player?
You'll see at the trade deadline.
My nigga, who is this player? And who
Whoever
y'all
you
got
be-
to get this player?
Whoever
Y'all
you
got
be
nobody.
thinking at the trade deadline is always somebody different, somebody under the radar that we're not looking at, that we don't know. We don't know who these teams are looking at.
You thinking
But
like
we
a-
need
like a-
that type of player.
But
Like
y'all
Paul
aren't y'all the
George?
Lakers?
You thinking like PG, like Paul George?
He washed, bro.
No.
That's a superstar.
He washed.
We need
He's
Also,
washed.
not a superstar, but leading scorer on the Lakers.
the number 1 attribute that he needs to have, a person that's being traded to the Lakers with AD and LeBron, he needs to have his own motor, being able to go 100% and being able to stand alone. He needs to be able to be some nights number 3 scorer or number 3 player,
Yep.
and on some nights be the number 1. So that's what we need. That's what we were hoping for with Russell Westbrook. We didn't get him. He's too wild of a player. His ego was kind of hurt with LeBron there. So we need somebody who could stand alone and be
Again,
that type
all
of
this
player.
talking, you haven't given me a player.
Who's that? Who just left the Bulls and went over to Sacramento?
DeMar? DeRozan? Debo?
DeRozan.
He skipped y'all and went to Sac.
We didn't
And
have
he's
the-
from
we didn't-
LA.
We didn't have the right money.
Shout out to Debo though. I love
I think,
DeMar DeRozan.
I think
love
that's who you describing, right?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm thinking that. I was thinking that.
what
Even though
about-
it's free agency.
What about Jimmy?
He's too old. Well, it's DeMar and him
Yeah,
and
that's
DeMar
what
are the
I'm
same
saying.
age.
If you're saying DeMar, then Jimmy's right there.
Jimmy fits.
What about his
exactly what I've been
personality?
saying, except he's old.
Why not?
He said what?
I mean, DeMar is bigger, also, right?
He just doesn't have that motor.
Who?
DeMar DeRozan.
As a second or third option, he got that.
No, he has his individual motor
He
to
got
do
that.
his own thing. We need somebody who's gonna be a motor for the team.
He got
like
that.
that energy.
Look
for
what he
the
did for the
team.
Bulls.
I
He carried the ball for a long
I
time.
think
It was-
DeMar and
That
Jimmy
was
are.
not him.
Look what
It
he
was
did for the
DeMar.
Bulls.
It was
Where are the Bulls at right now?
I'm saying last year, Zach LaVine was hurt. He averaged 24 points a game last year.
Yeah, and the Bulls were where were they?
He still did his thing as a 34, 33, as the number one guy.
What did I
Imagine
just-
what he could do as the number two, number
What
three.
did I just say? We need somebody who's not gonna do it for individually. They need it for the team. LeBron at 39, 40 years old cannot carry the team motor-wise.
So what are you talking
AD does not have that every night. We need somebody
That's sad.
energetic-wise.
Why-
It doesn't matter what you're
I
producing.
just told you
offensively.
DeMar does that. He's done that. Just because the talent around him isn't good, right?
All right, you look
The
at you
talent
look,
around him isn't good.
you look at DeMar DeRozan as an energy guy.
I haven't seen
You
him in that
look, you
role.
look him as an energy guy.
What does an energy guy look like, my nigga?
So hold on.
What does an energy guy look like?
Honestly, he was like the heart and soul in Toronto, right?
That's not. I'm talking about energy.
What does an energy guy look like? Is
Not-
it points?
not DeMar
Is it
DeRozan.
is it rebounds? Is it running up and down the court,
It's
my
not-
nigga?
it's not
What
in
is
the-
it?
it's not in
High
the stat
fiving on
sheet.
the bench, my nigga? Like
It's
what
not
the
in
fu-
the stat sheet.
He
it's
gives
not
you
in the
that,
stat sheet.
but he gives you that in the stat sheet. Everything that you want, he gives you that. In his career, he's over 24,000 points scoring, dog. You don't need those buckets?
You keep talking about points. I'm not talking about points. We have LeBron and Anthony Davis.
So who do you have now, right now? You don't think you need DeMar DeRozan right now?
We could use him. We don't need him because our offense.
So who
is,
do you need? You still haven't given us a player who you need, my nigga. Give us something.
Didn't he just mention Jimmy Butler? And didn't I just say
And I
it
said
would be a
DeMar
great-
DeRozan.
And I said no.
So you rather Jimmy
Simple.
Butler? You rather Jimmy Butler because he looks like he gives you energy?
Because he plays both sides of the floor
DeMar
and he has
does
his
that
own
too,
motor.
my nigga. The downside on LeBron that Jimmy Butler ran into is that motherfucker that wears the Lakers jersey right now, LeBron James, my nigga.
DeMar DeRozan, you ever looked
That's
at him
why.
as a defender?
Toronto?
DeMar DeRozan, you ever looked at him as a defender?
He plays defense.
My nigga.
That nigga,
no.
that's not what I asked you.
In Toronto?
I'm not asking you
he's
that.
a- he's
a-
Have you ever looked at him as a
Yo.
defender?
I look at him for his offense first because he's spectacular on offense.
I don't know why.
And
You,
he's got a
well, I don't know
great
why you
mid-range-
trying to play defense.
He got a
I don't know
mid-range
why you
jump
trying to
shot.
play
Why
defense.
has he played defense? He's been
I'm
that
not
serious.
trying to prove your
I don't
point
know why
because
you
I
trying to
don't,
play the
I don't
defense.
necessarily.
No,
I don't think that you're making the right point.
No,
I think that it's interchangeable. I think that you could put Jimmy Butler in there. He'd probably be a better fit for what you're describing.
Energy guy.
But I also think
is
that
that?
DeMar DeRozan could go in there and probably do a lot more than what you're describing. Because if you think about what's his name that was there that we got rid of last year, Russell Westbrook, right? Russell Westbrook kind of like could almost do those things, but then when he showed up, he wasn't. And it was a disappointment to me.
But then think about this. DeMar doesn't need to. He's older now. Like he got traded for Kawhi Leonard, right? He went to San Antonio. You don't think Pop taught him how to play without the ball too? He doesn't need like he can give
You're
you
not understanding
he
what I'm
can-
saying. You keep talking to different
Like,
points. I'm not saying Lamar. I'm not saying DeMar DeRozan
who?
wouldn't be a great player on the Lakers.
Right.
Yes, he would be a great player on the Lakers. But at 34 years old, he's going to present the same issues that we already had.
How old is
He's
Jimmy
older.
Butler?
Are you
He's-
in win now mode or not?
How old is Jimmy?
33.
30. He's about to say 34, 35. Are you not in win mode or not? Yes or no? LeBron's window's getting smaller and smaller. There's talks that he might retire next year. Like you would want to put a competitive team around him.
So you would pick DeMar
I'm not
over
saying
Jimmy.
settle.
No, I'm asking.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't care enough to like know who's out there for you guys.
No, I'm
That's
asking.
why I'm not
DeMar
taking
or
his
Jimmy.
point seriously. He just
DeMar-
I like
heard
DeMar- I like
DeMar
DeMar
DeRozan
DeRozan,
and just
nigga.
settled on it.
I like
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan, nigga.
Yeah, he just
DeMar
settled
over
on this
Jimmy.
shit.
Alright, so-
like, nah, nigga.
so-
Yeah,
Sorry.
because Jimmy's been the guy. Jimmy has to now unlearn that killer instinct.
No,
No, he
Jimmy's
doesn't.
been
That's
averaging.
exactly what we
Jimmy's been
need.
trying to
That's
low
what-
key play the third, fourth role by averaging less than 20. He doesn't come to do that every night. What he comes to do every night is to be a force, to be a defensive force, to be what your team needs. That's what we need. Some nights
So, who you
AD is
giving
going to
up?
be number one. Some nights LeBron's going to be number one.
So DeMar can't do that?
Everybody but
We don't
AD
need
and
him to
LeBron.
be a number one.
That's
We
what I
need him
was
to
saying.
do everything else.
He can't
And
do that?
He doesn't do everything else, not to the
I'm
caliber of
I'm
everybody else.
an older star, and I'm on the back half of my career.
Yo,
You don't
worry
think I'm
about
going
the
to give
Knicks,
you all
nigga.
that?
Worry about the
I'm
Knicks.
not going to give you all of that.
Worry about
I mean,
the
we
Knicks,
do talk
nigga.
about Knicks and Lakers and everything else in between and all that. But I'm just saying right now we're talking about the Lakers, dog,
Now
and y'all
worry
bum
about
ass
the
team.
Knicks, man.
All I'm saying to you is, what can we do? What can y'all niggas do? But anyway,
there's a
whatever.
lot, bro.
I just want to real quick before we move forward. Is JJ? You like JJ? Do you see a future with JJ as your head coach?
At 16-12 currently, yes.
I mean,
Hold
he started off the season spectacular. You know, we knew they were going to hit some adversity, which he did.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be resilient and bouncing back from it so far.
Facts.
The team is buying into
Speak, bro.
his game plan. The team is buying
Gas
into
this nigga.
You ain't
his
let-
coaching
you
style.
ain't even let him speak.
And you know, they still have so much more season to experience, but thus far, for him to be a rookie coach and this is his very first time, hats off to the Lakers organization for giving him that opportunity.
You saying it because he's white?
And nah, it got nothing to do with that at all. But you know, it's about relationships and how you treat people, right? And I think he's just been doing a really good job of like getting the team to buy in to the system that he's bringing. So, what you think?
He don't
mean,
like it.
I think he's a solid. I think he's a solid person to be a coach. So he has room to grow.
Yep.
But I don't think he's the answer or the problem. Like as I'm saying, it's a roster issue. Like, credit to this dude that I've been watching on the Laker Nation podcast. He had a guest on there, but he was explaining like, yo, we've had Frank Vogel, Darvin Ham,
Yep.
JJ Redick. We've had a bunch of different role players, Russell Westbrook, D'Angelo Russell, also whoever you want to name.
This has been for
The
like the last 15 years though for you guys.
The constant has been
15.
LeBron, AD, and Rob Pelinka. That's been the constant in these 3 iterations. Now, we did win a championship, but that's been the constant. So all of the issues we've been having has been those 3 niggas.
Who?
So-
Who's the 3 niggas? The head coaches?
No, it's been
Rob Pelinka, AD, and LeBron has been the issue.
they've been the constant in all of the issues that we've been having.
Is that a
We've
good or
had-
bad thing?
We've had the same issues with 3 different head coaches. 4 different seasons.
So you're saying trade LeBron and AD?
No, I'm saying that they're the issue. You need to provide them with the necessary pieces. Rob Pelinka is the general manager. He's supposed to provide them with the proper roster. AD is not a number 1. LeBron at this age cannot be a number 1.
But this was
both of them will substitute as number 1s on certain nights when they want to. That's the issue.
But that's how
But
great they are.
That's not great.
to
That's
bring up your point,
sometimes.
that's what
If they
Magic
alternate?
Johnson was complaining about before they won that shit. He was complaining about Rob Pelinka and exactly what you're talking about.
Is that why he stepped away?
That's why he stepped
And
away.
won with the Dodgers this year?
I think this should be Rob Pelinka's last year. I don't know if they're gonna let him ride out with LeBron, because that would be kind
Not
of
to-
crazy
not
to
to-
give
that was Kobe's
LeBron
guy.
a new
Not-
GM.
I was just going to say, not to like,
That's Kobe's
not
guy.
to like do that, bring Kobe into it, but do you think because of the fact that he's had such a long relationship with Kobe and then how Gene
Hell
Buss
yeah.
loves Kobe,
Hell
it's like that
yeah.
emotional tie?
Hell yeah.
'Cause
the
they-
Lakers organization is based
Family.
off of family.
Yeah.
They have no other means of income.
Yeah.
So that's their only
Relationships,
source.
to your point.
And, you know, it's about
Yeah.
family over
Yeah.
there, for real. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be surprised if they got rid of him. I would be shocked.
They're gonna get rid of him.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah, this.
Friction.
The only thing is like, do you give LeBron a new GM in his last year or two?
It would have to be Magic, because if you're
know
not
what
going
I'm
to go
saying?
Rob Pelinka,
Damn.
you got to go
Yeah.
Magic.
But
That's
yeah,
the only
But
issue.
the thing
Magic
is,
already
going
left.
in all
after that.
seriousness-
Get him back?
He left because of Rob Pelinka.
in all seriousness, do you think you guys have enough talent to trade? Like, you don't have anything that people want to get back anything that of
That's
winning
what
caliber.
That's
We
what
got
you
draft
think.
picks.
That's what you think. But there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, bro.
But
We got 2 draft picks.
That
We
has
got an
nothing to do with the
expiring
talent that's
contract
on the
with
court.
D'Angelo.
I'm saying the contract that like
Rui,
Yeah, Rui.
they're
D'Angelo,
all
Gabe,
inconsistent. Do you
Vanderbilt.
think someone's going to trade for inconsistencies?
There's a
right
lot of
now?
inconsistencies around the league, bro?
have you looked at the league?
Yeah,
lately?
there's
No,
everybody
what I'm
is
saying,
inconsistent.
what I'm saying is to fit into what LeBron does well with AD does well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
could-
you can't get a young player because
You
you don't
trade
want to
Rui
develop
for
him.
like half the
DJ,
Knicks.
DJ.
Let's move on from the
relax.
Lakers, man. We got a
Nah,
whole
we can't
bunch
move
of-
on from Lakers. But
we got a
anyway,
whole bunch
your
to talk about.
former head coach reintroduced as the assistant coach on the Milwaukee Bucks, who recently won the NBA tournament. Darvin Ham is 14-0 and all that. Like, they didn't plan to celebrate this championship in season tournament. But do you think like the Bucks are on the right track because of the fact that they started so poorly early, and they're finding their groove now with this chip? And can you guys see parallels from last year's Lakers team winning the in-season tournament to this year's Bucks team doing the same thing?
Well, the Bucks started off 4-8, which was rough for them, and then I think since then they've been 10-4, 10-2, something like 10-4. So I think it was like a momentum builder for them. And sometimes you need like that low hanging fruit, like an easy win to kind of like set you straight when you're struggling. I think that getting Middleton back and then pairing them with all three of them actually being there and playing on the court together, they played really good in that cup. Was it the NBA Cup?
Yeah, tournament, yeah.
They played really good in the Cup.
Emirates Cup.
Emirates Cup. Shout out to Emirates. We need that.
Who the hell is that?
We need a sponsorship, dog. Yeah, so, yeah.
It was interesting seeing
Runnin
them
Point.
play OKC.
Shout out, Steve is the guy that you want to contact.
So, it was a good game.
Yeah.
And I think they were really motivated to win. They wanted to win badly, and they did. And they kind of like built the trust in the team, and you could see now that they're performing and they're playing that they're probably going to end up a much higher seed than they are now.
I just want to ask a question. I know I don't want to go back to it, but Darvin Ham being your former coach, this short-term success that he's had, did he get a bad rap with being the Laker coach?
I don't think he got a bad rap, but you also have to put into perspective the roster that he has. Like, he has Dame and Giannis.
Well, but I'm saying for you guys last year is what I'm saying.
I think he did. I think that
you guys had a solid roster.
You can YouTube some videos of him either calling the wrong plays, right? Making mistakes out on the court that they're like identifying in the news and like kind of not protecting him at all.
Yeah.
They're
putting like there's like there's YouTube clips of like things that he's done, like decisions that he's made on the court that frustrated the players, that caused the team to lose games, that they put a lot of blame on him.
Yeah.
Most of it was rightfully so. When you're under those big lights and you're not calling the timeouts when you should, or you're calling the wrong plays, it hits different in LA than it would in a place like like New York or somewhere else where you're allowed that opportunity to make a mistake in. Or Milwaukee. I'm sorry, did I say New York? I meant
Are you
Milwaukee.
dismissing us?
No,
it went over my head real quick. I realized.
Now, he did play for Milwaukee as a player, right?
Yep.
So I think that they're more willing to like protect him and take him in, and I think he'll get treated better as a coach over there and kind of protected a little bit more and allowed to make mistakes. Plus, he has superstars over there that'll kind of like cover up some of the screw ups.
But he's an assistant coach.
But if Doc gets fired, do you think he's the next in line?
He may get a chance.
He may potentially.
Why not?
He may
get a chance.
He took you out to the Western Conference Finals, right? Let's just say, for instance, the David Blatt situation happens. Not saying that happens, but then Tyronn Lue steps up, and then they win a championship. You know what I'm saying? Coming back down 3-1.
Tyronn Lue got a lot more credit.
But you don't want to jump to that conclusion because as the Bucks, how many coaches have you fired in the last couple of years?
It doesn't matter.
Have that again.
They fired Adrian Griffin. Like, he was 33-13, like, at the time. You know what I mean? They fired him for Doc Rivers. And Doc Rivers does the same. Why would you bring in a coach, right, he's a successful, like, coach, but, like, he's had failures recently. Losing leads, losing series. Doc. It's like.
Docs have failures everywhere.
But that's what I'm saying. So now it's like they're kind of like in a rocky road. The fact that I don't know if this is a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound, how do people say it and all that, but I don't know if he's the guy.
Band-Aid?
Huh?
What you calling a Band-Aid?
Like their start and like being the same coach. He's not making any adjustments. Not like how do you not have Dame and like Giannis in pick and roll? You know what I mean? Like using that to their advantage. And I think a lot of their players also stand around. Like last night they played. Shout out to the most surprising teams and all. Like they played the Cavs last night and lost. I feel like a lot of their like 3 of their players had 0 points.
And Dame didn't play though.
If you look at their schedule, their
0
wins
points.
and losses, they've caught kind of a groove, but
their schedule's trash.
Yeah, if you look at it, it's been an easy schedule. They've beaten the teams that they needed to beat, but they're losing to the good teams.
Exactly. Just like again to the most surprising teams, the Cavs.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about like Atkinson's coming over from Golden State, getting kind of like this team and like the direction they're going? You got guys like them in the East, how they're young they are. Donovan leading the charge over there.
They playing well.
They're playing good.
I mean, do you like it though?
I mean, Donovan's been in this position thus far
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. In
With
Utah. Yeah.
Leading a team to like the #1 record or number
That's
2
kind of my
record.
pick. Yeah.
Your pick for
Relax.
what?
The most surprising team.
Oh, okay. Okay.
alright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Expand on it when you get a chance.
I wouldn't say they was
How
Yeah,
are they?
they
How are they not surprising?
They're surprising because they're winning, but like as far as expectation wise, they should
No,
be.
but-
They were supposed to be top 4.
But if you remember,
in the East.
during after they lost Game 7 to the Magic, during this summer, there was like supposedly Donovan and Garland were at heads. You know what I'm saying? Like they
they
were
had
butting
shit
heads.
to figure out.
But I'm just saying, for that to be the media like saying like this is what it is, but soon out the gate they start out 15, 16 and 0. You know what I'm saying? Like to put that shit to bed. So is it sometimes the
And that's
media
like-
He
carries
also-
these things to
He also had an issue
try to
with the
divide?
coach and as to him.
Bernie Bickerstaff? Yeah.
So
yeah.
that was a reason of a contention of him signing or re-signing. So
Yeah.
they swapped out the coach. Now they got Kenny Atkinson. Kenny Atkinson was doing well with the Nets.
Yeah.
He has a good reputation, was with the Warriors. So you expected him to improve.
But is it right as of right now? Is it the Warrior effect? You go to the Warriors and you learn because like me and you back and forth back in the day we argued about Mark Jackson, right? And then how him leading the Warriors. We're not going to get into that, but it's like he didn't take. I don't know if it was a humbling experience where he didn't take like a assistant job coach, like an assistant job role, right? To like learn the process. For Mike Brown, who turned around the Sacramento Kings, right? They were like bottom feeders at one point in time. They turned them out to a 3 seed at one point in time, right? Like Kenny Atkinson is like helping evolve everyone else's game. Evan Mobley was kind of like maybe considered a bust, and he's kind of blossoming into like who he's becoming now. You know what I mean? Like it seems like it's just right. Like going to Sacramento, I'm sorry, not Sacramento, but Golden State, is that what you need? If you want to be a good coach, right? You pluck from the best teams or the best talent.
And
Just
Kenny-
like in terms of players, you also do that for head coaches.
In Kenny Atkinson's case, I think in reputation wise, maybe, but Kenny Atkinson already had that reputation. People knew he was a good coach before he went to the Warriors. They were kind of surprised, and KD and Kyrie took a bad rap for getting him fired in New Jersey or Brooklyn. So Kenny Atkinson already had that kind of reputation, so I'm hesitant to put that on the Warriors. But the Warriors do have that name and that so-called.
But Mike
thing
Brown,
like that.
a former Laker head coach, a former Cavs, you know what I'm saying? Like coach.
Yeah, he
it's
went.
like he's
they
had
have
certain
it. They have that
You know what I'm saying?
in name.
Yeah.
Do they have that in actual result? Mike Brown had a great first year. The next 2 years, Sacramento struggling.
No, all I'm saying is like just revitalizing a franchise. Not saying that. That's all I'm saying. And just helping and just plucking
I'm
talent.
answering your question.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying they do in name.
Yeah.
As far as results, Mike Brown had a great first year. The next 2 years,
What do you think, Serge?
struggling.
What are your thoughts?
On
This whole situation, like Kenny Atkinson, the Cavs being, or who is your surprise team right now?
my surprise team is
Yeah.
the Orlando Magic.
Okay.
Me personally,
Okay.
because they were 3-2 when Paolo went down, and
Okay.
now they're what 15-12.
Yeah.
I think they and with Mo Wagner.
He went down too.
France or Mo?
France.
I'm sorry, France.
Go
Wagner
blue.
leading
Shout out
the
to
way.
Michigan, baby.
24 points a game, 24,
Yeah.
5-5.
He's down with the same injury now, though.
Is he?
Yeah, he's out with the same fucking injury, the oblique.
he's been out since early
Regardless-
December.
But Paulo's about to come back
I
soon.
still don't think you expected the Magic to be third right now.
No, you kind of did. Last year they kind of like they took the Cavs to 7. The other,
What
you know what I'm
he's saying
saying?
with the injuries, though.
Oh, got you.
With he went
Got
went
you.
down at 3-5, and he had just given a 50 piece.
But no,
So
but
after that,
Vance is he elevated his game
no,
until he got hurt.
Paolo. This is
No, I'm
what
saying, but yeah, I'm saying after that injury, he elevated his game
But you
to show that he
expected
could
the
like
Magic
carry
to
a
be
team.
number 3 though, above the
Yeah,
Knicks.
because I don't relax. We're number 3 now. But anyway, this nigga tried to take a shot. I see you.
Yeah, because
I'm going to all y'all niggas tricks, man.
speaking all crazy
I'm going
and
to all y'all
shit.
niggas tricks, man.
Ain't nobody expect.
I'm going to all you niggas tricks,
Ain't
man.
no one
All I'm
expect
saying
Orlando,
is,
bruh.
With
all I'm saying
Orlando,
is-
with Orlando,
He can't-
with
I can't even
Paolo,
speak.
with Paolo going down, you
See how
didn't
it is.
expect them to be in this position. And Franz Wagner being down
you
since
didn't
the
even let
beginning.
me finish, dog.
And with Franz Wagner being down since early December,
Let me go blue.
There's no way that you just.
But
you
you're not
don't
even
expect
allowing
them
me
be
to
in a
finish,
position.
man.
I'm just telling you what you expect.
Anyway, the East right now is relatively soft, is all I'm saying, right? We're going to get to it in a little bit forward in this episode. But anyway, Steve, I know you said the Cavs were your most surprising team. Why? From your point of view.
They broke the 1973 record starting off
It don't
starting
matter.
off the season.
They
So,
trash.
That's the first thing. Like breaking a record is like huge for them. Of all the teams in the East, didn't really expect them to come out swinging the way they have. Their core four seems to be most in sync starting 4 out of 5 in the league.
Yeah.
And then
4 out of 5.
yeah, because like their core 4. I just want to speak like
Who's the fifth person? Who's their fifth starter?
For
for Cleveland.
it's Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, Akofa, number 35.
Yeah, so that's the fifth.
Devin Garland, and then Donovan.
So I mean, their core 4 seems to be really in sync. Like, really like hitting on all cylinders. And then I mean, historically, like that team, they haven't been that good since LeBron, right? So
Always.
you know what I'm saying? So
Both stints.
It's a lot of pressure when you play for certain teams, right? Certain teams historically just don't win, or think about like a team like Chicago Bulls after Michael Jordan left, like just weren't really the same until D Rose showed up.
Yeah.
So you have like big shoes to fill every night, and you're a team that's trying to come back from some type of greatness. And the way they came out is like they're just gonna be themselves, and they seem happy, and they seem like they actually enjoy playing with each other. And they're a force because, like, you could look at that team and say, man, like, they could be in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
They could be in the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
You know, the way that they're playing. And they have a great chance of winning.
I think.
You think that?
Yeah.
For this season?
The way that they're playing, yeah.
He talking out his ass now. Anyway, I would say, not to cut off his wisdom and all that, but I think I have two teams.
That's so crazy.
I think I have two teams. Like, one is like a quick snippet. I think one is the Memphis Grizzlies and just Ja's return. And just like the impact that he's had, like he's like high tides raise all boats. So it's like the chemistry, like you can see, like he's just electric. Zach Edey's playing well. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it works. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't back down from Draymond the other night when Draymond tried to check him, tried to bully him. So it's like they got a dog in him. So it's like, and maybe it's going slowly back to the big man, back to the basket kind of game. He got the back to the basket game. He can kind of shoot the three. Ja a little while ago said he couldn't. You know what I mean? He's going to stop dunking. Then he catches a crazy dunk on Porzingis. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
We should have the highlight clipped up, but Ronnie's going to do that for you in the future. But anyway, but I'm saying like, and then the second team is like, I would say Ime Udoka and the Houston Rockets and what they're doing. Like they're super fucking dope, dog. Like they're young, energy. Jalen Green is leading the way down there. It's like I hate this nigga, but Dylan Brooks he's a perfect fit for this team. And like they have a lot of young talent, and it's like. Yeah, they're just about two surprising teams, I would say.
Cool.
For sure.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, man, I mean.
What about like?
I want to throw the Hawks up in there.
Oh! Shout out to Shaq.
Yeah, the Hawks.
Fuck Trae Young, though, because he's a new Reggie Miller, but go ahead.
You saying that because he be killing you?
Just anyway, continue. Relax.
Niggas strutting all over the garden and shit.
We down on the Knicks talk right now, bro. Come on, man. I get it.
But Trae Young, like, because this was a perfect season for him to fall off.
Yeah.
He's with a bunch of young players.
Yeah.
He's taken a lot of criticism for not being a winning type of player.
Yeah.
His whole career.
Yep.
But with this young team, he's really stepping up and leading them. They're 14-14 as of last time I checked.
Do you think, but it goes back to coaching, do you think, like, Quinn Snyder is a good coach?
He has that reputation.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And he humbled himself and sat on the bench for
but
couple years.
Shout out to Trae Young for listening and producing out there on
True.
court. His numbers, his offensive numbers, his shooting percentage is still a little off. But his assists is there. He's bringing the young guys along.
Yeah.
So that's good to see.
Like, I love the fact that you're talking about Trae Young, but it's like, I feel like we're talking passionately about, like, the NBA because we grew up watching this shit. It's like, obviously it's changed and all that shit. And the way we watched it and all that was, like, different too. But, like, now they're saying, like, the viewership is down. Why do you think the viewership is down?
All these threes that they're taking. It's a different game.
I think that the game was played from the inside out.
Yeah.
When we were growing up watching it.
Yeah.
And I think that they emphasized the importance of a big man, right?
Mm-hmm.
But not just a big man that could sit there and but like a big man with footwork, a big man with, moves underneath the rim that can, build the team around that big man, right?
Not Patrick Ewing, though.
We got away from that, and we started going for like the new era of, long range jump shots and things like that were more exciting.
Yeah.
And just building the score up and kind of going easy on the referees and blowing the whistle on certain plays and making it a more offensive game. When, that was the difference between Mark Jackson and Steve Kerr.
Relax.
You know what I'm saying? Like when we had Mark Jackson in Golden State, that was his team, right?
Oh, yeah, okay.
But he wasn't willing to open the barn gates and let them just start going crazy
Oh,
with the threes.
Nah, he called them the Splash Brothers.
Yeah, like
He called it the best shooting backcourt
Ever.
right.
Yeah.
But their 3-point attempts went up significantly when Steve Kerr got there, which was a much different game
But-
that they were playing compared to Mark Jackson.
I always argue they didn't give Mark Jackson a shot, but continue.
But he was very stubborn in his ways. Like he was known.
Yeah, let's not.
I'm not going there
Steve
with
Kerr
you.
came and changed
I'm
that
not
whole
going
shit
there
up.
with you, nigga.
Yeah,
I'm
Steve
not going
Kerr
there with y'all niggas.
Steve
Anyway,
Kerr
continue
came and
your point.
changed that whole
my
thing.
point,
So
my
a
point
person-
is when Steve came
Yeah.
and changed it,
Yeah.
the NBA followed it.
Anyway, do you think an old nigga, the greatest light skinned scorer ever, 3-point scorer ever, did Steph ruin the NBA, or was it coaches, AAU coaches, college coaches for not putting a discipline? My nigga, you can't shoot like Curry.
I think
Steph
the NBA
didn't-
ruined the NBA because the NBA
So Adam Silver
started
ruined it?
chasing Steve, or the NBA started chasing Steve Kerr's team.
Bro,
Right?
yo, so real quick for a quick stat. So the 73-9 season,
Yep.
they were shooting 31 threes a game.
Yep.
31. That would have been 29th in today's league.
That's crazy.
29th.
Yeah.
I want y'all to think about that.
But
That's
just
a great stat because what happened was, right, the Warriors, if you go back to that season and whatnot, that season they were blowing out a lot of teams. So them blowing out a lot of teams, for you to compete, for you to be able to stay in the game, is you got to shoot the same threes. You got to be able to match them points. Now, if you have another team doing that, then you have another team doing that, and another team doing that, now you can't survive in this NBA without shooting these threes.
But the thing is, like, the viewership is down because the other day the Celtics and the Bulls combined it for 108 threes in a game, dog. Combined, my nigga.
What the problem is, right?
Is that scary?
When you're shooting that many threes,
Yep.
you're not playing basketball.
What are you playing?
Basketball is just not shooting the ball.
Right.
It's all of the intricacies that go into the game: setting screens, back cuts, dunks, layups, dribbling,
Yeah.
one-on-one play,
Yeah.
mano y mano,
Yeah.
matchups, all of those things.
ISOs.
ISOs,
Yes.
That sounds,
plays driven.
that sounds good.
So when you playing this,
He's talking Knicks basketball.
Yo, this
That sound real
dude,
good,
this
nigga.
dude,
That
man,
sound
this
real
dude.
good. You can't.
how the hell am I talking Knicks?
is
You
Listen,
talking
it's
Knicks
basketball.
basketball. You talking about language, baby.
Here we go.
You talking about language.
But when
Yo,
you
great
show-
segue. Hey, we do the best segues here at Running Point. Thank you, Ronnie, for that, man.
You
for
see-
that.
you-
for
you-
that. Thank
you-
you.
you see
Thank
all
you.
of those stats
Mitchell
in the
Robinson
fourth
coming
team?
back too.
Yo,
yeah,
did we-
man. Hey, we coming
Did
back.
we even have the Knicks on the
And
board?
we have the Knicks. We gonna close it out. We gonna close it out. You know what I mean? Because we're a pillar. We're the
Yo,
period here at Running Point
need
and
a
all that. You know what I
voting
mean?
system. We need a voting
We're
system.
exclamation point. Which one you want, Steve?
We need a voting system.
Anyway, my nigga, we
I
got.
don't think none of us voted
We
for the
got
Knicks.
late in training camp, right? We get acquired Big Bodega. You know what I'm saying? Cat. Come on, don't act like you don't know what the fuck is going on around here, bro. Hey, I'm talking now. Next time, baby.
No.
Next time.
Say it in your cat
Next time.
voice.
That big bodega.
Hey, this is
Yo, Steve and Ronnie. But what happens when I go in the paint with the big bodega in there?
Oh,
I'm guaranteed to score, right? I'm
Yeah.
guaranteed to score.
Oh,
He
That's a
playing,
stat,
he
right?
playing the 5,
All day.
and we get into it. When Mitchell Robinson come back, we playing the 4. We got to see how it looks when he comes in. Mitchell Robinson, hopefully you stay healthy. We need you healthy, baby boy. But, like, we're good, man. Miles Bridges, OG. We don't have Randall anymore. Like, you see what Minnesota's doing. But, like, anyway, Knicks.
You said Miles Bridges?
I said Miles Bridges?
This whole time I've been trying to rack my brain. Like, what? Miles Bridges? Mikael Bridges. There you go.
Same
My
thing,
bad.
man. He
I
came.
was
He,
just trying-
went across the bridge from Brooklyn to New York. You know what I'm saying? Came to the Garden and all that.
You know, I don't pay attention to some niggas.
Anyway,
So
what
how
I'm
you
saying is,
feel about your Knicks this year?
I feel amazing. I feel amazing. I
Yo.
feel like, to be realistic, we'll probably go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah. And
Like, I'm not even, because I've always said this, but it has to be steps. And I feel like we're good. We're solid. I mean, Boston's
Y'all finna lose to Indiana.
really good. I'm not even talking to you. Boston's really good. And I think Boston's our only matchup. Because I feel like Milwaukee's going to implode.
This nigga
Wow.
dare
What about
not even
Cleveland?
hope for a championship.
what about Cleveland?
No, because I got to be realistic as a Knicks fan. All
Exactly.
jokes aside. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, that's
Steps.
but that's saying a lot. But
Let's take the steps, not the
it makes
elevator.
sense, you know, because they had a really good
He
playoff
he
last
probably
year.
tried to throw a shot. Go
No,
ahead.
I'm not
Nah,
taking
let
no
me-
shots.
Okay,
They had a
all right.
good playoff last
Yeah.
year. It came down to like just energy and
Here, see, taking a shot. Taking a shot.
No,
It's taking a shot.
They seem tired,
It's
like they
taking a
ran
shot.
out of gas.
Taking a
But
shot.
But DJ,
I
you
think
couldn't say-
I think Tibbs learned.
Taking a shot.
And I think this year, maybe if you guys
I'm not listening to you.
a little less practice and a little more preparation.
I'm not talking
I
to
think
you.
with Cat in there, the big bodega.
Big bodega.
Big bodega, baby boy.
Big bodega.
Knicks take me
That's
back.
crazy.
Shout out to Baron
I
Davis
can
and
see
all
you
that.
guys going to the Eastern
Yeah.
Conference Finals.
We in there.
I got no problem showing the Knicks.
We
love.
in there. Thank you very much. I appreciate
sure.
that.
Cat needs a new voice for the Knicks.
He do. That voice is.
You know what I mean? You know he had two in
He should
Minnesota.
have kept that
so
voice in
He got-
Minnesota.
That nigga,
Yeah, I
need a new voice.
Yeah, I
man.
mean,
As
yo,
a
we
big
here,
bodega,
baby.
that nigga
Big
need to
bodega,
come out with a
man.
new
Like
voice.
big bodega.
son.
Let's go. Like alluding to like for me, like starting the season, the most surprising teams is Cat's former team, the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Disappointing team.
Yeah.
man?
Yeah, disappointing team for
not
sure.
surprising.
Like, huh?
No, you said surprising. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, surprisingly disappointing. You know what I mean? I recovered there. But I'm saying, like, Cat coming off a, gold medal, coming off a Western Conference final appearance, you're acquiring DiVincenzo, you're acquiring Julius Randle. Now you see the pain that the Knicks went through. A ball-stopping person, but is Ant's talent not good enough to get them guys over the hump? Because at one point they were challenged for 1 and 2 in the West last year. Now they're almost bottom feeders.
It's still early.
Well,
Anyway,
I think a
the Knicks.
big part of it is part of the reason that we've seen the viewership go down.
Yeah.
If you look at Ant's statistics right now, he's shooting 40% from the field, but he's also shooting 40% from three. So, I mean, 45% from the field, you should be over 50%. You have a great mid-range shot. You should live with that. I feel like he takes entirely too many threes. I think he takes the second most threes in the NBA right now.
10 a game.
Yeah, so
Shout out to Debo.
yeah, and he's
Lakers need him.
now in fairness, he's making like the third most
Yeah.
He's making 4 a
threes,
game.
but he's
shooting
taking an awful
42%.
lot. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, if we brought it more into mid range, I think he'd be more productive for his team. I think that they don't need him taking as many threes that he takes. I think that he needs to attack the basket more. He needs to show his dominance within the mid range area. And I think that would help him as not only just the face of the league or them trying to get him to the face of the league, but I think that's exactly what the team needs him to do for this part of the season right now to kind of carry him through the long range. It's 82 games.
Do you think he needs to scale back? Because he did have an interview where he was talking about how he was trying different things.
No, he's
in terms of-
averaging 20. What is he averaging? 25 points a game right now? He should be over 30 points a game.
Facts.
Okay.
10 threes a game.
Is Julius
No,
Randle
he should be averaging 35
is
points
Julius
a
Randle
game right
the
now.
cause of it? Because Julius Randle, I love Julius. Like, I love the fact he was a multi-time All-Star. He got his money. He kind of like showed the type of player he is. But is he a ball stopper?
Their problem as Minnesota as a whole
Yep.
right now is their offense. I think they're number 4 as a defensive rating. So they're like 20th offensive rating.
Yeah.
So it does seem like their offense is the issue. Julius, per his stats, is not seemingly having a bad season, but he may be a chemistry issue, a chemistry fit. You see some issues with him and Gobert. He is a ball stopper. He's not the shooter that Cat was.
Also,
But
Cat had 32 and 20 in his return to Minnesota.
I
got a point to you.
Cat's
I
a
thought they
better
would be
player.
suffering defensively, which they're not. So it's really in their offense. But
Yeah.
Julius is still averaging 20 a game. So it's really the pieces
Is that
around
empty
him.
20? Is that an empty 20?
It could be. But right now, they have like 2 other people averaging 10, 12. You're not really getting much from Gobert. So DiVincenzo is not doing his thing yet.
Are they going to
So-
prematurely blow it up if it doesn't work this year?
I mean, they already made the trade. They could.
No, I'm saying with the Gobert, like they might speed up that
Julius
process.
is like a free agent.
Free
or
agent,
something.
maybe.
Yeah.
I think so.
That's what I'm saying.
do you think
they definitely could.
Yeah.
They got
okay.
to the trade
But do
deadline.
they panic?
It depends on how the season goes.
Okay.
Trade deadline's in February,
Yeah.
right? So they got 2 months.
Yeah.
Figure
Okay.
it out.
Yeah.
So what do you think overall?
It really depends on how the next couple of months pan
Yeah.
out. Like, you really have to, because at the end of the day, it's all about matchups. Like, it don't even matter what the plays you have. It's all about matchups.
Denver's not even playing that well right now, so they can't even look at Denver.
They're another disappointing team. What do you think?
is.
Can the Joker sustain this level of play, averaging almost a triple double? You know, when he's fighting to be the MVP early in the season, can he burn out towards the end of the season? Because Jamal Murray is not like he
Definitely
doesn't
could burn out, but he's been doing it the last couple of years.
Yeah,
But
he's been going
burnout.
deep into the playoffs, winning championships. It's a lot of games.
But you also have running mates. No one's like really showing up. Shout out to like Aaron Gordon for losing his brother. Like, but it's like I don't know if he's the same right now.
I do feel
You know
the
what I mean?
last couple of seasons he's been losing running mates. Like,
That's what
it's
I'm
been
saying.
going
Jamal
down
Murray's
and
not Jamal
down.
Murray
Like,
right now.
Like you have less
Jamal
and less
Murray wasn't
partners.
Jamal Murray last year.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
Facts, yeah.
like he's always like sometime in the regular season he really he gets his money in the playoffs.
Right.
Like, but you can't afford it right now because everyone else is good and
They got
pretty
Russell
solid.
Westbrook. He's
Huh?
been helping him out.
I'm
a lot.
not. No. Shout out to
I
Russ,
mean,
but
but
Russ
going
is not
from-
Russ. You know what I'm saying? Russ is
But I'm
older.
just talking about in terms of the regular season.
Yeah.
And giving
Got
that
you.
energy to carry him out.
But you need to be. I don't know if you could. I don't know if you could afford to be like a playoff team. I mean, a play-in team. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be in the playoff. You need to be cemented there.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, Jokic.
they've gone into the playoffs as a high seed the last few years, right?
Right.
Those play-ins are not for the weak. You know what I'm saying? So
travel and things like that,
being
you know what I
that
mean?
they can go into the playoffs as a high seed and play a lesser team, it's been an advantage for them to kind of
Yes.
like get it going.
Correct. Because you can't expose their flaws. You know what I mean? A lot
That's
of
a
the
good
times,
point.
at least
Would-
earlier. You know
But
what I mean?
would you want to see the Nuggets in a play-in tournament, like play-in scenario?
But it depends. If I'm playing them hard, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're because you know the head of the snake is Jokic, right? You know that. It's
Yeah.
like, if I can tire this nigga out, and this nigga has been regular season, he's been kind of like killing.
Man,
Can he
it's a
sustain?
triple-double.
If I beat up, like, that's why Dwight Howard's important in the league. Like, you need physical bigs to
Absolutely.
beat him up right now. So now, for when he gets to the playoffs, you don't really have to worry about him
that
as
point-
much.
to-
And if everyone else is not doing anything, that's easy out.
But to that point, who's going to be doing that? Nobody.
That's why Memphis goes out to grab
maybe
Zach
if you
Edey.
have
Not for now, but
Wemby
for like,
or Embiid, those two. But like anybody
there,
else,
that's another disappointing thing. Thank you for like, man, we again at Running Point, we kind of lay it up.
Man,
that's
my-
another disappointing team, the
my-
Sixers.
That's my disappointing team.
Why? Why is that your disappointing team?
No. Honestly, mine is for a different reason though.
Go, continue.
Mine is because once they signed all those players,
Yeah.
in NBA 2K, I was killing with that team.
Yeah.
I was killing.
Uh-huh.
These niggas are losers. Straight losers.
Straight losers, yes.
Like mentality wise, right?
Yes.
Mentality wise, roster wise.
Yeah.
I understand health plays a big part in it. But at this point, in my personal opinion, it's done. Like, what you can do now, you can only savor the rest of the season just to be in the conversation. Like, you're not a favorite. You're not winning anything. In my personal opinion, they've been disappointing the entire time. And that's almost health reason. Like, they haven't played together.
Well, I mean, Maxey
Maxey was
supposedly
hurt.
called out
Embiid.
Embiid.
But that was earlier in the season. They're still ass.
And nothing got better after that. Right?
Yeah, I
It
think-
just kind of stayed the
Like,
same.
I feel like right after that, Paul George got hurt again. He was sidelined for a couple of games. I mean, I think now they're like 8-14 right now. But it's like,
The process might be over.
yeah, like you got to probably shut it down. Like shut Embiid down. Like get him healthy. He's not healthy right now. He should never played in Team USA. I get it that you want to like represent your team in the
that's
United.
crazy.
But it's like you're coming off an injury. You barely played in the playoffs. When you did on one leg, you were killing the Knicks.
and he came into the season overweight.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
What?
It's-
This season? Not this
Yeah.
season.
not this season. He was good this season.
He was in good shape
Yeah.
this season.
Yeah.
He looked in good shape this season.
I think just not being healthy going into Olympic camp or Team USA camp, it just hurt him. And like I think that's selfish. If you're like, my nigga, you're here to win championships,
They
like
have
not
the
gold
perfect
medals.
I don't
roster
think
for
he
that,
is.
too.
I don't
But
think that was
that's the
ever-
problem. Yeah, that's the problem.
But they have the roster to do it. Like,
What
they have
roster?
they have a great mix of vets and rookies.
The vets are older now, though, dog. Like in
What are you
PG,
talking about?
And I was
PG.
talking about the Sixers.
yeah, but PG's
I think
older.
they had a solid roster.
They definitely
PG,
got
When is he
solid
ever?
roster.
When is he ever
no,
healthy?
from top to bottom, I'm talking about.
But you got to think though too. Like the older you get, then you don't get healthier. Like
But
he's
you
always
still
had
have
these knick-knack
Tyrese, You
injuries.
still have Eric Gordon, Reggie Jackson,
It's really
Caleb
just
Martin.
Embiid.
It's great
Yeah.
that like
You think
you
it's
have a
just
lot of-
Embiid?
yeah,
It's just
Well,
Embiid.
Paul George.
Nah, Paul George is hurt
can't
too.
Stay healthy.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he got a hyperextended knee. We saw the injuries. It wasn't like it's some, you know what I mean?
But
it was a freak play.
but again,
Like,
you don't get younger.
Yeah,
when
but
you get
those
older.
wasn't plays that considered age.
What about
issues.
recovery, Ronnie? He's not going to recover. Like
What
going
I'm
into the
saying-
season, he's probably not even 100%. And now you get these two back-to-back injuries. Now you're like 85%, right?
Yeah, but those injuries,
Closer to the playoffs.
those injuries were not injuries where they're like Embiid, where
it
they're not
doesn't-
even seeing the injury.
it doesn't
Like, this
matter
nigga
how the
getting
injury
hurt.
happens, my nigga. There's an
Like,
injury.
think about it. Like those two injuries, the NBA, we don't even realize how quick it is. April, the playoffs start.
Yeah.
Like we're going into January.
That's why I said it's over.
He's gonna go in there like
And
at
Embiid-
best 80%.
And Embiid doesn't play back to backs. They played. I forget who they played the other night. Tonight he didn't play, and they lost. It's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
Shut it down. What is the point? You're not going nowhere. You're like, again, 8-14. You're not even a play-in team right now. Shut it down, dog.
I think
Get
it's,
him healthy.
Embiid and Kawhi Leonard in the same boat.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Facts. But Kawhi got championships.
Yeah, at least Kawhi could ride off into the
And
sunset.
because I forget who
Kawhi
said
did
it.
this.
I forget. I think no. Phil Handy said it on Paul Pierce, PG's podcast P. He said that Kawhi was hurt that whole year in Toronto when they won the championship.
Yeah.
It's like Joel Embiid doesn't have that. I feel like Joel Embiid doesn't have the dog in him. Like he does. He's not hungry enough to win a championship.
Well,
He plays like it, but he doesn't showcase it.
you know, some people have the talent, but they don't have the love for the game.
Right.
Which is a big difference.
Right.
And that shows up.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe
I don't
coming
think
from
that
where he come
shows up
from.
with Embiid. Maybe it shows up in his preparation. Maybe it shows up in how he's,
Wasn't last year he was hurt or he was coming back from injury? Like he was supposed to go up against Jokic and he kind of sat out? Like there's been times where he duck smoke, dog. Huh?
No, he won against Jokic last year, and he.
I don't think he's ever done
It was one. It was either last year or the year before.
No, he didn't play Jokic in Denver.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it.
Why?
But he played
Because he
Jokic in Philly.
dominated them in
Yeah,
Philly.
it was,
Why?
It
Why
was
not
no
showcase
contest.
that?
It was no
Why?
contest. in
Why
Philly.
showcase that you're not the?
I don't think that was
Did Shaq
ducking-
duck any smoke?
I don't
Did
think
all
that-
the great centers duck any smoke ever?
I don't think Embiid duck smoke. He may not have known the importance of that game. He may have been immature to not play that game. But as far as ducking smoke, nah, Embiid is not the nigga that's going to duck smoke. He's going to talk trash and do his thing.
Duck smoke.
He just didn't know
Twitter
the
fingers,
importance and
literally.
just didn't do his thing.
Twitter fingers, literally.
This
Nah,
nigga
but he-
averaged
Twitter
35
fingers.
on one leg against the Knicks last year.
Yeah, but it
don't matter.
He needs to be a smarter superstar.
Yeah, he's immature.
Yeah.
It's not ducking smoke.
Ducking
he's just
smoke.
not a mature, smart
Nah.
person.
And that's not going to get him a
Exactly.
championship.
Nah, I never said it was. Yeah.
But
I'm only rooting for the Lakers for championships.
I mean, sometime in the future, or y'all talking about when we old and gray? But anyway, you know what I mean. I'm just saying,
When the Knicks win.
we about to win, baby. We closer to y'all
We
niggas.
don't.
Wait, hold on. Phil Jackson
We
was
closer
on the
to
last
we
team
closer
that,
to y'all niggas.
that won a championship with the Knicks.
We closer to y'all niggas.
In what way?
Again, a former Laker. He's on a team called the Pelicans. That's probably my most disappointing team. Obviously, Zion, straight ass. He's hurt again. They're 5 and like 29 because they probably lost tonight because they played tonight. Like, I feel bad for Willie Green, man. Like, they have young talent. Like Zion just disappoints, man. That's why they signed him to the contract that they had. Like, you have weight clauses in your contract, dog. You don't want it enough. Like, you're not disciplined enough. Going back to discipline and focus and maturity.
He came in this season in the right, better shape than he's ever been.
I know the pictures.
And he got
stuff
hurt
they
again.
were-
It's already done. Like he's
That may not be him not wanting it.
That might just
may
be
be his body.
that's what I'm saying. Like coming into the league. Like when you're young, you think you're invincible, until you're not. He probably think he could do and eat and party and fuck. I mean,
Well,
like,
listen,
I mean,
not for
but
nothing, but like I watched this guy blow out a pair of Nikes playing a game in college.
he was so big then. I felt like he wasn't going to pan out because his frame is so different from anything we've ever seen before.
Yeah.
So that's not him not wanting it.
I think it's just
Nigga,
his body.
No,
that's-
it's
that's different.
He don't-
that
he don't- he
nigga's
don't
dealing
want-
with something
what I'm saying
we
is
ain't never seen.
What I'm
Yeah.
saying is I'm talking about in terms of like eating habits, right? Like you can eat to withstand the injuries that you possibly could sustain, where you're not out as long.
Yo, they said that nigga was on, like, I don't got this
Like 285.
phrase for verbatim and shit, but during his rookie season, they said they had this nigga on a weight plan, and in like 2 weeks, this nigga gained like 20 pounds of muscle. Like, he has a different type of body.
Yeah.
It's
But that's
like
what I'm
he
saying.
can't. So it's like he's trying to follow the regimen that they're putting
But-
forth for him.
but not-
But the niggas that's putting that
but-
regimen forth ain't never seen his type of
But
body.
that's what I'm saying. So in the beginning, right, when Jordan broke his foot in year 2, 3, like he came back a different player. Like he's like Zion's not coming back. He's not coming back. He's not doing anything different.
How different did he? What are you saying?
Losing weight.
You
creating-
say Jordan came back
But it
losing
wasn't
weight?
anything that
No, I'm
was
saying Jordan came back in terms of like the organization helping this rare gem that you have, helping it grow to blossom into what you want it to become. I feel like the organization also failed him by not putting him in the proper.
Possible.
What do you mean?
The Pels?
Yes. Why do you have to put weight clauses in his contract? Put the right team around him to succeed. If this is your franchise guy, put everything you have into it. Maybe a life coach, a mental coach. All these great players have these things.
Hey, yo, his hamstring got pulled, my nigga.
Again, regiment, training, sleeping habits, all that shit matters, bro. When you're the number one pick, like all these.
So you don't think he came back in better shape this year?
1 year out of how many years he's been in the league?
Does he look differently?
How many years has it been?
You were saying for him to do something different.
He did.
Does
different.
it look like he did something different?
He did different.
He still got hurt.
1 year. Because of the toll on his body previous, on the weight that he's carried, dog. His body couldn't handle it.
He couldn't handle itself when he was in college.
Yeah, he's talking about a 23-year-old. Like, you talking about toe. This nigga is 6'6", at 300 and something pounds, my nigga, jumping out the gym. He's a different body, my nigga.
Eating habits.
I don't know what you want from him.
Whatever. Anyway.
He ain't the reason that the Pelicans suck. Motherfucker, CJ McCollum was hurt. DeJounte Murray was hurt. Brandon Ingram was hurt.
But he's a big
Trey
part.
Murphy was
He's
hurt.
a big part of the organization.
Right.
He's the biggest cog in the wheel. No?
So if the whole team is hurt, are you not gonna look at the training staff? Maybe it's them.
Nah, dog.
All right. Maybe they
need
to get away from the Saints training staff and go to an NBA training staff.
DeJounte Murray had a freak injury. CJ McCollum's injury history is what it is.
He's been hurt nonstop since he's been on the Pelicans.
He's also been hurt nonstop when he was on the Blazers. He had a bad back against Denver. He still was cooking them niggas. Like, he has the ability to play it through being hurt.
He's older now.
Yeah, he is older.
He's older now.
Of course. But I'm saying, like, whatever. We're off that. Anyway, talking about...
He couldn't...
No, I can talk about it, but I feel like we're being long-winded on the Pelicans, that like a team that doesn't need to... Like, they're not doing anything. They failed their superstar. Like, a lot of these franchises fail their superstars. But going back to sneakers, we got a sneaker of the week here on the table. We got it, you know what I mean? Like a Jordan 11, Carolina blue and white. These are the sneakers that he wore in the 1996 NBA All-Star game in San Antonio. Like, I remember trying to get these shits, and I could never get these shits. My best friend, Jermaine Glover, shout out to Jermaine. His mom, Betty, got them for him. And them shits was the coolest shits ever. Yeah, these shits are probably the best silhouette. Shout out to Tinker Hackerfield. Thank you. Shout out to Nike. Nike actually sucks right now. They're trash. They need guys like us here at Running Point. But yeah, man, these sneakers are super, super dope. They're near and dear to my heart. So shout out to Steve for, again, rocking these sneakers and bringing them out.
Why couldn't you get them?
They never had my size because I had big ass feet at the age of, like, I was a husky kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like,
she was blowing out sneakers.
No, I was in Zion with it because I wasn't above the rim. But like, I was a big boy. Like, I had like,
Husky ain't got nothing to do with the size of your feet.
What size was your foot?
I was 11 and a half. Like, I've been like 11 and a half since like third, fourth grade.
Wait, what? What?
I was a husky kid with big feet. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? I've always been a larger fellow. You know what I'm saying?
That's unbelievable.
You know what I'm saying? I've always been a larger fellow.
You said 11
you understand
and a half.
what he just said?
11 at third.
I don't even think I heard.
Yeah, like, and then my mom used to dress me in like these tight ass sweatpants suits. You know what I'm saying? I thought they were Nike Tech suits, but they were really tight.
If you had size 11 in the third grade, I would have walked right by you and just tipped your ass over.
Bro, and then I used to tie my shoes so tight where the two corners like talk to each other. Just because them shits would doofy, so they would curl up in the front too. So
you had Sasquatch feet.
Clown feet.
You said 11.
I was a little bit of a lame. Yeah, so
that's crazy.
Yeah. But I wanted these Jordan. Fuck y'all. I wanted these Jordan 11s. Yeah.
Hey, I need to see some pictures.
I wanted these Jordan 11s. Sadly,
that shit don't make no sense.
Like, those pictures are gone. They burned in a house fire, years ago.
That's what you want us to think.
I mean, that's what it is, man. Thanks for shit on my trauma, dog. You know what I mean? Being vulnerable.
That is wild, bro.
Nah, bro, you said third, fourth grade at size 11.
No, bro, dog. Yeah, for sure. I had the Penny Hardaways. I've had all.
Okay.
Penny 1s, 2s, 3s. Like, I had all them shits.
You should still have them.
I wish. But to your point earlier, like, rocking shits to them shits bleed, so to speak, where the soles kind of like get like bald and shit like that.
They out of there.
Like, yeah, like I rocked them then. Like, I played every sport, tried to play every sport at least. Like, so yeah. So yeah, shout out to Nike, shout out to Brand Jordan, shout out to Tinker Hatfield, the greatest designer ever. Speaking of sneakers, a recent award winner for the in-season tournament, Dame Lillard, just signed a deal with a lifetime deal with Adidas. He joins 3 other guys, LeBron James, KD, and Steph. What do you think about this achievement?
Yo, get your money.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout
out
out
Dame.
Dame. Shout out to all of them. Get your money.
Yeah, do his thing.
Lifetime.
dope.
Yeah, lifetime deal.
Dame Dollar.
Yeah, I mean, if I could have the floor, I think just shouting out Dame because of the fact that he was like a 1-0 star coming out of high school. He went to Weber State, drafted 6 overall, and put on Rookie of the Year, and he just progressively got better. And being in Portland, where Adidas is located, Adidas, we need a plug. What size you wear, Steve?
8.5.
What size you wear, Ronnie?
Dog,
This nigga,
listen,
you afraid? Are you embarrassed of your shoe size? You embarrassed?
What?
Your shoe size. What's your? We need a plug. I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get his kicks, and you kind of being
I'm
shy
trying
with
to
it.
get him
What
too,
size you
brother.
wear?
10.5, 11.
So Adidas, Dame Dollar, we need that. But yeah, just shout out to you, man. Just you being in Portland for 11 years, you going through your personal situation, and then getting traded to the Bucks. You being a ball dominant guard for 11 years, and then you going to Milwaukee with a ball dominant big, and you guys trying to figure it out and all that shit. So kudos to you and your family. Again, send some pairs these way. And also I can work on your sneaker design too, because I think it's kind of mid. That's what the kids say these days. But that shit is mid. Shout out to us and Runnin Point.
Yo,
Cool
that's a
with it
short.
where it is. Go ahead and send
Yo,
them in the hat,
that's a
but-
short. I like that. That whole
Yeah.
thing is a short right there.
But yeah, man, I think yo, holla at us, yo. But shout out to Adidas too. But more on sneaker news, we have Asia Wilson, Ronnie's boo, just signed she just read up.
Hey, yo, Bam, come see me, nigga.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? Read up a 6-year deal. I mean, a 6-year contract with Nike worth $28 million. She's also going to get a signature shoe, joining 12 other women that got signature shoes with Nike. Cheryl Swoops being the first and ever one. So shout out to Cheryl Swoops, a legend. Hopefully it's not a big man shoe. Hopefully it's pretty solid. Because Sabrina Ionesco,
That's cool.
that's cool. Shout out to her. She got the most popular shoe right now out of men's and women's because Nike is struggling. Again, we need shoes over here.
Is fire, though.
They are fire. Men, but I'm saying men and women, that's probably the first ever crossover sneaker from Nike. How men and women are wearing them.
That's a
You
fact.
saying, what?
Yeah, maybe
Oh, yeah?
Paul George, probably his first couple of pairs, his couple of series were unisex. But Sabrina's Miles Bridges wears, or Miles, right? Am I saying it right?
Who you saying?
The nigga on the Knicks. I can't even think right now. Mikal Bridges. He wears them a lot. He kind of has different colorways and shit like that with him. But a lot of male NBA players wear her sneaker because they're similar to the Kobe's they're saying. So
Yeah.
shout out to her.
Dope.
And what Nike's doing over there with the women's basketball sneaker. Yeah, I need to sign Juju now. So we said it a couple of podcasts ago, but get Juju a sneaker now. I know Caitlin's next, but Juju's the future. Get her a sneaker while it's in college so she can be iconic. You heard it here first at Runnin Point. But yeah, man, I feel our energy is down right now. We're kind of coming into the final stretch, fourth quarter.
Word.
NBA All-Star format. What y'all think?
I don't like it.
Why not?
I'm not a fan.
Why not?
So you got the format pulled up? What's the format exactly?
It's 4 teams, 8 players.
Yeah. So the format is 4 teams, 4 teams of 8. It's going to be 3 teams of All-Stars and the winner of the Rising Stars games between the rookies and the sophomores
In tournament style?
in tournaments.
Yeah.
What they going up to? 40 or something like
Yeah,
that?
40.
Yep.
First
First
to
to 40.
40?
So are they all playing in one, on Sunday, or they're doing a whole weekend, or
No, it's going to be, from what I know, it's all in one day.
so 4 NBA All-Star games?
No, 2.
My bad, 2 NBA.
It's essentially going to be 2 because they're going to reach that 40-point mark like that.
The winner of the Rising Star game, they play on what, Friday, Saturday? The Rising Stars. The
Yeah,
Rising
rookies.
Stars
Yep,
is
yep,
Saturday.
Saturday.
Rising Stars
So
is Saturday.
their winner will be ready to play on Sunday.
On Sunday.
Right.
So there's going to be one game prior to that of the other.
I don't know the full detail, to be honest with you.
There's 3 All-Star teams.
No.
He said 3 All-Star teams and the winner
So there's
of the
2 All-Star teams, but it's going to be split up on 3 teams of 8 versus 2 teams of 12. So it's 8,
So
8, 8. The 24 All-Stars is going to be split between 3 teams, and then the Rising Stars
So there's 3 All-Star teams and 1 Rising Star team.
So the All Stars, the NBA All Stars,
instead of 2 12-man teams,
right?
it's 3 8-man teams.
So they're going to play 2 games before they play the Rising Stars.
No, the Rising Stars is going to be the 4th team to play in the 4-team
Yeah,
tournament.
but if there's 3 teams, so 2 teams got to play, figure out the winner, then they got to play.
It's gonna be those 3, and
3
then whoever
teams
is
on-
the rising star.
So there's total 4 teams.
4, yes, 4.
Right, but the Rising Stars are only going to play 1 game
I guess.
Oh,
to see who the-
their own game is on
Yeah.
Saturday. Yes,
against the NBA Stars.
So it's like a play-in game for them to see who
We'll
goes
figure
into
this
the
shit out. We
playoffs.
should have looked that shit up, but we'll figure.
But it's all right. It's good.
No, no,
We're,
so, yeah,
we're
they
learning
play
in
on
real
Saturday.
time,
The
Ronnie.
winner on that
Because
game
they could be
is-
mad.
My only
They,
thing is they're playing to 40. If we get 2 games,
that's quick.
There's 2 games of 80 points, right? All-Star games usually go up to like 150,
No,
160
they're not
points.
trying to get that though. They're not trying to do the whole 160.
But my thing is,
They
why not
want
just-
defense.
if
They
you
don't
want-
that. How did you like the All-Star game the last couple of years with those high scores?
Trash.
I mean,
They're trying to avoid
They're
that
not playing no
altogether.
defense.
But the thing is, like,
They're not playing.
incentivize these guys. Like,
Yo.
just like you do in season tournament, incentivize these guys with a bigger
they
payout.
did. They had charities. They tried the
They're
charities.
giving
No,
Niggas
nigga.
a $500,000
Sadly,
$1 million.
don't do the charities, nigga. Just
It's
give it
not-
straight to these niggas.
It's not even that. Is you gotta switch it up to like USA versus the world or something.
Well, yeah,
I
that
think
too.
they're getting money.
Yeah,
They
huh?
get paid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know they get paid. Yeah, I'm just saying,
They
like,
just got to play defense, man.
but
Nobody
what's the
wants to play
incentive behind the defense? Like, if you're not giving me an incentive to play, I'm just going to fuck
I mean,
around.
when we was growing
out
up,
here.
it was pride.
Yeah, like when
But-
Like
what
they
you
just
mean?
gotta
What happened
play.
to
They
Pride?
just gotta play.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't
Play
think.
like it's a regular summer game.
I don't know. I mean, two former All Stars. CP3 just passed. Who did he pass? Jason Kidd for second all time and assist right behind John Stockton. And we got James Harden just passed Reggie Miller second all time at 3-point.
Great player, man.
Shooters.
CP3.
Like, any thoughts for you guys?
I remember
Memories?
I remember watching CP3 from the time where he would battle Darren Williams to D Rose to Tony Parker to now still battling.
Yeah.
You know, so just being excited to watch him play all these years. We almost had an opportunity to get him if we didn't get screwed over.
Just gonna say that.
By the NBA.
I don't remember
that. You remember that.
I don't remember that.
But
R.I.P. David Stern.
Yeah, they was.
Ding.
but
Yeah, R.I.P.
what a
Took some hesitation.
this dude has never he's for real. Ronnie, I feel you on that. Yo, I'm trying
Yo,
to
that
listen,
changed Kobe's last
I'm
couple
trying
of
to, I'm
years,
trying to
man.
respect the dad over here. Relax.
Yeah.
Crazy. But
Yeah.
nah, like, CP3 is one of those players that's like a throwback player. Like,
Yeah.
he don't care if you don't like him.
Niggas
And
hate
whoever he played for, and whoever he's playing against, he will
Yeah.
fight you on the court. Like, it don't matter.
Hmm.
So obviously, like as a Laker fan, I would have loved to have him on my team. And at the same time, I've hated to play him. You know what I'm saying? But he's one of those players. Like, he reminds me of like Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
One of those players that's just gonna go out there and ball. Don't matter if they win the chip or not. They're gonna put their heart and soul on the game every time.
Yeah.
So he's never like disgraced the game of basketball.
Only
So
his hamstrings.
I have the ultimate respect for CP.
Some kind of low blows he used to give. Chris Paul used to get low blows. That was kind of disgracing the game a little bit.
That was the game.
And what about
Would y'all say that, like, when y'all look at the point guard position, Chris Paul exemplifies that to the T?
is he a point
Word.
guard? You saying he's a point guard?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, word.
When I think of point guard, this is CP3.
All day.
All
Yeah.
day.
Even with no championships?
Even with no
I'm
championship.
thinking of point guard, the position.
I'm just
That's
asking
it.
a question.
That's it.
Yeah.
I just asked a
That's
question.
Even with no championships, he's played that.
You know how much
Yeah.
cachet is on the championship, like how much emphasis they put on it, but like certain people's careers, you just can't take away.
I'm just saying. Because
And that's why I asked it in that question.
they're judged by
Point guard.
championships, though, and he didn't win. And nor did he ever be available.
John Stockton and Chris Paul, my 2 best point guards ever.
Look, Karl Malone.
They
He
didn't
was
win.
one of the top scorers all time in the NBA. Right?
They
They're not the
didn't-
best players who play that position.
That's
Magic
true.
Johnson's the best player to play that position. Steph Curry's a better player at that position. But if you want to label point guards and job duties and how to play that
That's-
role,
yeah.
John Stockton and Chris Paul is my 2.
All day.
No, I don't care too much. Anyway, another great.
Yo.
For $4 million,
This
The OKC
was,
Thunder.
This nigga was waiting for somebody to say Clyde Frazier or something.
Exactly.
OKC Thunder. The OKC Thunder let $4 million come between James Harden and themselves. Now James Harden is the all-time or second behind Steph Curry 3-point shooter. Let's talk about James's career. What do you guys think? I mean, it's not over. Neither one of their careers are over, but they're neither one of them going to win championships either.
I don't think OKC. I don't think they hate that decision per se.
Yes, they do. They ain't win no championship. They ain't
Harden
win.
ain't
Neither did he.
Yeah, neither did Harden.
It's not like he went off and won 3
he ain't win
chips.
nothing.
It's not about Harden was able to win you a championship. It was that you had the Warriors before the Warriors did. You had James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Russell Westbrook. It's not
Serge
about-
Ibaka also. Yeah.
So it's not about, James Harden could have won you the championship. No, that team could have won you championships.
How?
Messed up that team.
If you look at the next 5 championships that were won from when they didn't win, they wasn't beating nobody that won the championship.
What are you talking about?
They beat Golden State was like they almost beat Golden State.
Almost.
But if they had James Harden, different story. Then KD doesn't leave.
I don't agree with that. And KD still leaves because he's a sucker.
Nah,
But
don't do KD like
Nah,
that.
come on, man.
Don't do
Yo.
KD like that. Man. I don't know how we got to KD. We talking about James.
You don't think James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and KD, after making the finals in 2012, all as young players less than 3 years in, that they would have, like, the probability of them winning a
No,
championship?
there's a
wouldn't have been
probability, but I think that the teams that did win those championships
What
were
you talking
better
about?
teams than they would have been.
Miami, San Antonio, like they beat San Antonio to get to the 2012 championship.
Right, but
Miami, they faced
but
Miami and
but
won
that,
the first
that
game.
San Antonio team that beat the Heat, I don't think that OKC would have beat them.
And what are you talking about? When OKC won 73-9, when the Warriors won 73-9, OKC was the team to take them 3-1,
And lost 3-1. What are we
without
talking
James
about?
Harden.
Wait, James Harden would have made it better?
Yeah.
Listen, you guys put too much on James Harden. Let me tell you something right now. James Harden loves
James
one
Harden.
thing
James
and one
Harden is
thing
the
only.
team. Is the guy who led
James
them
Harden-
against the Warriors when they had Kevin Durant.
James Harden loves the basketball, but he don't love winning.
Hey yo,
So say what you want about it.
hey yo.
Nah,
wrong.
I can't agree with that. Even though I'm not the biggest James Harden fan, I can't agree with that.
James Harden.
James Harden loves the basketball.
He do,
But he
he's
don't love winning.
He's played some of the most beautiful basketball I've ever seen. When he was with the Brooklyn Nets, with him, KD, and Kyrie, that was some of the best point guard distribution
Let
basketball
me ask you a
I've ever
question:
seen.
Who ruined the league more, Steph or James?
James Harden. His jersey's retired in every strip club in Houston.
That's a good question.
Like, who ruined the game?
Style of game,
Yeah.
style, because I would say James,
Me too. I agree.
Why?
because he has a combination of the threes, of shooting too many threes, of
Yep.
what we're seeing right now, but he also has the other end of that of the best player dominating the ball and holding on to the ball and dribbling
Yeah,
the shot clock.
he made a great point about that.
And
Remember-
being either I score or you score off my pass.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
he
saying?
He said, I am the system.
Yeah,
Remember that?
facts. Yeah.
Ruined it.
Yo, remember that James Harden game a couple years back against the Spurs where he just completely disappeared?
Yeah.
We had 10 points in game 5. Yeah.
Come on now.
No, I'm just asking a question. I mean, as we were talking about, I'm just thinking like we talked about 3-pointers and how it's changed the viewership. Like, did James Harden or Steph kind of help
Nah,
where
man.
we are now?
I think Steph gets a bad rep for being so talented at what he does.
For playing his game.
His game.
Yeah.
He like you hear KG and them talk about how Steph was shooting like that in high school.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Davison. Yep.
You can't.
Yeah.
Plus, Steph got
can't do
4. He got
Yeah, like
No,
he's
I'm just
backed it up.
No, I'm just because is it because of the fact that
He's
he
still
had,
backing it up today.
he had a greater team around him as well. James didn't really have that, and it seemed like James also drove out a lot of superstars, although they were
James
older
had good
superstars.
teams.
yeah, great team.
Not great teams. He didn't have
What are
great
you
teams,
talking-
guys. Like, no, if you think about it, he
You
had
talking about
Dwight.
when him and Dwight
He
paired
had
up?
Dwight Howard. Yeah, he had Dwight. He had CP. CP got hurt. He had Russ. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's had guys and running mates. I just think collectively
Wasn't
has
him,
had.
Kyrie, and KD on the same team?
They all were hurt though. They were all hurt. They didn't play. I'm saying they didn't play at the same time. That's why I didn't include them.
These Knicks fans.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
it's,
But hold on. But I'm saying.
crazy.
But I'm saying-
Oh,
Were they-
it's because
were they all-
it was Brooklyn.
Oh, were they all together?
That's what it was.
Yeah, he knocked
Were-
it out now.
I'm saying, were they all
That's
together?
why. Yeah.
That's what it
That's
Were they
why.
all together?
I don't know what you're saying. Sam.
Anyway,
No one
whatever. F y'all. Talk about viewership and all that. Recent recipient of the Times Athlete of the Year is Caitlin Clark. Like, do you like shout out to Juju and Paige Buckets. They played tonight, UConn and USC. I don't know who won the score, but shout out to Game of Women's Basketball. Like, what do you think Caitlin Clark's contribution to the WNBA has been? Is it been as like
They
as
get charter flights.
as far as like
Changed
like
the
whose
WNBA,
impact
bro.
would you compare it to? Is it like
Jordans.
Jordan or AI or LeBron? You know what I'm saying? Like whose impact? Steph's?
It's pointless in saying what her impact has been. We could try.
Why
to
is it
name-
pointless?
Because
We don't know it yet.
it's going to reverberate for years to come. So
And-
her
Or is she
impact's
just a
crazy.
product of where the WNBA was already going?
Part of that.
It's
And
Steph-
that
it's-
momentum has a lot to do with
Yeah.
it. It's not just Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to put it on her, but her being the face definitely has propelled it a lot. But-
Exactly. And the WNBA has invested tons of money into it.
Oh yeah.
right.
And then the other part about it, I think about it like the what is it, the Times Athlete of the Year?
Yeah.
So the year before was Messi. The year before that it was Aaron Judge. The year before that it was Simone Biles. And then the year before that was LeBron James. So a different sport, right?
Yep.
They, I don't know how much the WNBA paid Times to get her on there, but you know they obviously they go for like a standout athlete.
Yeah.
That's been like monumental.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
So that's like a coining.
Do they list the other 2 through 5 or something like that?
No.
I'm not sure. That's
I don't
actually
think so.
a good question. I'm not sure.
I don't think they do. I mean,
But-
no one ever remembers second place.
Yeah,
to be
it's
honest
like
with
a
you.
trademark for
Yeah.
like it's like a cherry on top.
It's like the
for
Wheaties
an
box.
athlete, right? So we think about those people. We
Yeah.
can in our heads remember the iconic moments that
Yeah.
entail them getting those awards,
Yeah.
right? Caitlin, she just showed up and balled. And the WNBA
Yeah.
they need a
Great White Hope.
great white hope. So
I
Times hold this.
The
10
WNBA
million.
season is just the summer. She just came off her college season. Where she
Hold
was
on, Playboy.
dominating.
Hold on. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's not just the WNBA season. It has a lot to do with her college season as well.
She won.
So,
She won the
course.
championship that year.
She did not.
Come in? Oh.
She went to the Final Four though.
Who won the champ?
they didn't win the championship?
No.
Who won the championship?
South Carolina.
Last year?
Yeah, South Carolina did. They went
She need to
undefeated.
win, brother.
Oh, that's
They went undefeated.
That's what I'm telling you. WNBA has put a lot of money into this girl.
Yeah, I mean,
They got you thinking she won the
rightfully so.
championship.
Rightfully so. She
Nigga, I
sold
don't
out.
Watch this shit.
She, no, I'm saying she sold out. She sold out. She
Yeah,
sold
man.
out. She sold out. Like they played outdoors one time. Like she's like good for the sport of like.
Yeah, no,
She's
she
great
did
for
her
the
thing.
WNBA.
Like,
Yeah,
and
Like, she
also-
had
she's
the
needed.
press
Yeah.
to win this joint.
Yeah.
I think the WNBA needed her to get that award more than
Yeah, for sure,
anything
for sure.
else.
Well, someone put in the call from the
Oh,
WNBA,
for real.
NBA. Somebody did that.
Yeah.
but like not to take anything away from her as a player and as an athlete, but like. And then they got the Valkyrie coming from Golden State. They're coming next year. And then the Portland Fire are going to reestablish themselves. So they're putting themselves in a good position. And Jason Tatum wants to kind of involve himself in the WNBA. So it's like the Dwayne Wade owns portion of the Chicago Sky. So it's like they're kind of like incorporating like different people. And speaking of like WNBA and WNBA players, like you could take the lead on this, but like Breonna Stewart and Nafiria Collier,
Nafisa
I can't. Yeah, both UConn. Shout out to UConn. But you want to talk about an unrivaled?
I mean, you know as much as I do. But they start January 17th.
Yeah.
The new 3-on-3 women's league.
Facts,
But
based in
Caitlin
Miami.
Clark is not going to be a part of it. But on a better note, Nafisa and Breonna Stewart, I think they did a great job because the salary for these women in this league, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's in the millions.
Oh,
I think
millions?
I think the minimum is $1 million.
Yeah,
I want
they're
to say the
also-
minimum is $1 million.
Like, because
Yeah.
Phil Handy, shout out to Phil Handy. He coached Kobe. He coached Kyrie. He's coached, you know what I mean, Kawhi Leonard. He talked about he's going to be a head coach in the league this year. And he talked about how in Miami, they're building a state-of-the-art facility where pretty much how they're treating it like the
Miami.
COVID situation, where they're just everyone plays in one arena.
Talking about for
Is it gonna be
unrivaled.
like
For
a bubble?
unrivaled, yes.
Yep.
It's pretty much like
So they're
almost.
not going to be able to leave?
No. They can leave. Well, I'm saying they have one they have one facility where they can.
It's
have the
everybody.
games.
Yeah. It's everybody.
Oh, that's
coming to
dope.
that
They have one
facility,
location where
And
you
they get
play.
to make money. So
Exactly.
I mean, at the end of the day, they deserve to make more money.
Exactly.
And that's a plus because you're not going out everywhere. It's a one
Are they going to
central
lower the
location.
rims?
But it's Miami. Relax. Nah. We're gonna see
Same
hella talent.
WNBA shit.
We're gonna see top tier talent. Like, and you're just gonna showcase the skill set of like these women basketball players. Y'all niggas are haters.
I'm just saying, man.
Shout out to WNBA. I need an orange hoodie too. But you can collab with us too at here Running Point. But like, yeah, man, I think this is a great return back episode, man. Like, if you found this episode to be dope, like, subscribe. We back at it again. I mean, sorry for the long hiatus. But we here, man, and we out of here. Peace.
Peace.